Hi, my name is Kyle Mikami. Today we are going to be making fruit pizza. First thing you need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees like so. And then you should always wash your hands before you start making touch food. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be making is a crust. To make the crust you need a half a cup of butter softened. And then to soften it, you can leave it out on the counter for hour to 2 hours at room temperature, or you can put it in the microwave for 15 to 20 seconds on defrost. I'm going to take the open butter, and then it's easier to use a spatula to get the butter off. And then you need 3/4 cup of sugar. And then I think it's easier to use 1/4 of a cup because you don't have to measure, because usually you don't have a 3/4 cup. And then you should use the bottom of a knife to scrape it off so you can even level it. This. And then do that 3 times. And then you'll need to mix it and cream the butter and the sugar until it's smooth. So you put it on, lock it, and then put it on. Move it up slowly. Sometimes you might need to stop it and use a spatula to get the butter off, in case it might stick. Okay, that's good. See, like the butter is stuck right now onto it a little bit. Butter and sugar mix. Gonna have to scrape it off with the spatula. Okay, that's good enough. And then you're gonna need the dry ingredients. That was the wet ingredients. And then you're gonna need 1 egg. That's kind of a wet ingredient. So make sure you don't get any of the egg shells in it. Otherwise it's gonna make the crust taste funny. Egg cracker. And then mix it again. Make sure it's smooth and gradually make it go faster so it's not. You don't need to scrape it. Oh. Let's scrape it off again. And then scrape the edges of the bowl also. Scrape the edges of the bowl like that. You get 1/4 cup of flour. And these are the dry ingredients. And we're going to mix it into this bowl. And so I'm going to use a cup and just 1/4. So it's easier. And you're going to use a knife again. So 1 cup. I'm going to need 1/4 of a cup. And then we're going to need 1 tablespoon of cream of tartar. And you want to do it over the mixing bowl, so if you drop any, you can just use that. It's falling, so. Yes, that's about 1 tablespoon. Then we're going to need 1 tablespoon of baking soda. I mean, half a tablespoon of baking soda, sorry. Next, we're going to need half tablespoon of baking soda. Teaspoon, sorry. Then we're going to need 1/4 of a tablespoon of salt. And it doesn't matter what kind of salt you use. And then we'll need to stir it around with the knife. It's all ingredients. And then we're going to pour it into this mixture. And then the same thing, you might need to use a spatula to get the dough off of it. And you might need to scrape the sides a little bit to get all the flour off. Okay. And then you're going to need an ungreased pizza pan, like this size. And you're going to spread it on with your fingers. So you can get the dough off if you like. And then, spatula to get it all off. And then you need to after you get all the dough on, you need to press it on with your fingers and make sure it's all even. Because you don't want it to be lumpy. This is what it should look like after you're done spreading the dough. Next, we have to put it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until it is lightly browned. Now we will make the cream cheese mix. That's the second layer. So you'll need 8 ounces of cream cheese, and that's just a block like this. And it has to be softened, so you can leave it out for 1 to 2 hours in room temp, or you can put it in the microwave for 15 to 30 seconds on defrost. And you're going to need a spatula for this also. Actually, you won't need a spatula. Then we're going to add half a cup of sugar. I'm going to use 1/4 tablespoons again. 1/4 cup again. That's 1. And that's 2. Now we are going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That's 1. That's 2. Then we're going to beat the mixture until it is well blended. And you're going to want to scrape the sides again, and the spatula, and the mixer. We're going to have to put it on to the cooled the crust, and make sure it's spread on evenly. This is what the finished product should look like when it comes out of the oven. It should be brownish, lightly brown. And then I've been letting this cool for about an hour or so. And while I was doing that, I was cutting up the strawberries. And I use this basket to rinse them. And then you cut the strawberry in a V shape to get the stem out. And you slice them 1/4 inch thick like this. Now we're going to put the cream cheese layer on. That is how the strawberries stick to this. So you pour it all into the middle. Make sure you scrape all of it out. Go like this, and out. You should turn it so it all spreads evenly. This is what it looks like after you're done putting the cream cheese layer on. And now, since you're done with that, you can put the strawberries on. So go like this. This is the finished product with the strawberries on. So before you chow down, you have to put it in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours to let the cream cheese set.